You know that feeling when you're already tired and it's only 9 a.m.? You've been at this company for 18 years. You know where the coffee machine is. You know which elevator is slower. You know exactly how many days are left until you turn 65. You have a number circled on a calendar somewhere, maybe in your head, maybe on your phone. That number keeps you going. Here's what nobody told you about that number. 65 was never designed for you to reach it, at least not in one piece. I'm the wolf. I stopped following the herd a long time ago. And now I help others see the financial system for what it really is. No sugarcoating, no complicated jargon that makes you feel like a sheep without a shepherd. Just the truth, the math, and a clear path out. Like, I pulled the actual historical data on how the American retirement system was built, who it was built for, and what I found made my jaw drop. Not because it's complicated, because it's so simple and so deliberate. Social Security was signed into law in 1935. The retirement age they chose, 65. The average American life expectancy at the time, 63 years old. Let that land for a second. The government built a retirement system where the average worker was statistically expected to die before collecting a single check. That's not an accident. That's not an oversight. That's math. Deliberate, calculated, cold math. Efficient, right? And here's the part that should make you genuinely angry. Nobody ever changed the deal. They just changed the brochure. Today, the average American lives to 76. That's good news. Except now, you have 11 years of retirement to fund, with a system that was designed to pay out almost nothing. To almost nobody. The retirement age got bumped to 67 for anyone born after 1960. Social Security's average monthly benefit in 2024, according to the SSA, $1,907. Write that number down. We're coming back to it. Meet David. David is 59. He lives in Columbus, Ohio. He's been at the same manufacturing company for 18 years, makes $78,000 a year. He's not flashy. He's not reckless. He did everything they told him to do. He has $89,000 in his 401k. He's proud of that. It took discipline. His plan is simple. Hold on until 65, collect Social Security, finally breathe. Sound familiar? Here's what David's actual numbers look like. Social Security at 65, $1,907 a month. His real monthly expenses, mortgage, $1,400, health insurance, $800, car $350, groceries $600. That's $3,150 a month. Bare minimum. No vacations, no emergencies, no helping the kids. The gap, $1,243 every single month, coming out of that $89,000 every month without fail. Do the math. That $89,000 runs out in about 6 years. David will be 71, still alive, still breathing, with nothing left but a Social Security check that doesn't cover his rent. $1,907 a month in America in 2024. I've seen parking spots in Manhattan that cost more. David didn't fail. David was set up. Here's how the setup works. 3 pressure points. First, what they promised you: work hard for 40 years, save what you can, retire with dignity. That was the deal. That was the American promise. You heard it from your parents, your teachers, your HR department on your first day. Second, what they actually delivered. A benefit that averages $1,907 a month. According to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, you need at least $3,000 a month to afford a modest one-bedroom apartment in 80% of American cities. Social Security alone doesn't cover a one-bedroom apartment in most of the country. That's not a retirement. That's a slow emergency. Third, how they profit from your silence. Every year you delay claiming Social Security, the government saves money. Every year you stay in your job out of fear, afraid to negotiate, afraid to leave, afraid to rock the boat because you need those benefits. Your employer saves money too. Your fear is their budget line. Your exhaustion is their leverage. And the system was designed from the beginning to keep you exactly where you are. Ask yourself this: who actually benefits when you spend 40 years too scared to move? Not you. So what does the wolf do differently? The wolf doesn't wait for 65 because the wolf understood something early. Retirement is not an age. It's a number, a monthly cash flow number that covers your life without you having to trade time for it. When your assets produce more than your expenses, you're free. That might happen at 58. It might happen at 52. It has nothing to do with a calendar and everything to do with what you built. The sheep saves a balance, a number that sits there, a number that feels safe until you do the math and realize it runs out. The wolf builds income, dividends, rental cash flow, index fund withdrawals on a 4% rule that mathematically lasts forever. Assets that pay you while you sleep, the same way the system drains you while you sleep, just running in the opposite direction. Here's a number from Vanguard's historical data that I want you to sit with. Someone who starts putting $500 a month into a broad market index fund at age 45 arrives at 65 with roughly $380,000. Someone who starts the same habit at 35 arrives with roughly $760,000, same $500, same fund, 1 decade of difference, and the result is cut in half. Every year you wait is not neutral. Every year has a price tag, 3 moves right now, this week. First, find your real number, not how much you have saved, how much you need every month to actually live. Multiply that by 300. That's your target. That's the portfolio size where the 4% rule kicks in and your money starts paying you instead of you paying into it. Most people have never done this calculation. Do it tonight. Second, stop optimizing for age and start optimizing for cash flow. Max your 401k, max your IRA. If you have access to an HSA, treat it as a third retirement account, or it's the only account in the American tax code with a triple tax advantage. Contributions, pre-tax, growth tax-free, withdrawals tax-free for medical expenses. After 65, it works like a regular IRA. Most people leave this completely on the table. Third, build one income stream that doesn't need you to show up. Dividend ETFs, a rental property, a side income that runs without you, anything that deposits money while you're doing something else. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. The goal is to walk into 65 or 60 or 58 without Social Security being your only lifeline. When it's a bonus instead of a necessity, everything changes. Here's the thing that stays with me about David. He's not lazy. He's not stupid. He worked 18 years at the same place. He saved $89,000, which is more than most Americans his age have managed according to the Federal Reserve. He followed the rules. The rules were written by people who benefit when you follow them. That's not a conspiracy. That's just business. And the first step to winning is understanding the game you're actually playing, not the one they described in the brochure. So let me ask you something before you close this video. If 65 was always the finish line they sold you, who drew that line? And why did they draw it there? 65 is not a finish line. For most Americans, it's the beginning of the most financially dangerous decade of their lives. The mortgage is still running, healthcare costs explode, the kids still need help, and the check that was supposed to cover it all barely covers the rent. You deserved a better deal. You still do. Drop free in the comments if this opens something up for you. That's how we find each other. Next week, I'm going to show you exactly why your 401k might be working against you, the fees buried inside it, the decisions it's making without your permission, and what to do before it's too late to course correct. Don't miss that one.